This video is about making a copy of the student feedback survey and then manipulating that data within the copy. In order to create a copy, simply go to File, Make a Copy. You're welcome to change the name or leave it the way it is. You're also welcome to identify what folder you'd like that particular copy to be located in. Once the copy is made, you can begin to manipulate. One thing I typically kind of do with my data is I always try to make sure that my original sheet stays original. And if I want to work with the information, I would make copies and put those copies in additional sheets within this workbook. So for example, let's say we've got Q1 information that's been submitted in Q2 information. And I want to look at that data a little bit separately. I would create 2 sheets and then make a copy of the Q1 information and put that in the first sheet, and then make a copy of the Q2 information and put that in the second sheet. So to do that, on the left-hand corner there is an add a little plus button that gives you an add a sheet option. When you add that sheet, you want to rename it so that you have an idea or recall what that particular sheet's about. So Q1, you can type in the name and then press enter. I'm going to add my second sheet. And press enter. Now you can create the sheets and name them however you want. It just depends on how you want to manipulate your data. Now again, I just want Q1, so I'm going to select just the rows for Q1. So I'm going to click on number 2 and I'm just going to drag down to select those all the way through Q1. Then I will right click and make a copy and then go to my Q1 sheet and paste that data at the top. And actually I'm going to put it in row 2 because I'm also going to paste my column heading here in just a second. I'll go back to that response sheet. Now let's say I want just the data for Q2. Scroll down so I can see all of it. Again, I will select, oops, now I didn't select, I'm accidentally moving, so let's try that again. Click someplace else, grab that 16, there we go. Scroll down for my Q2 data, make a copy, and then paste that into row 2. Now, like I mentioned just a moment ago, I want to put in row 1 my first, or my header row. So I'm going to copy row 1 and paste that into both pages. Alright, so now I'm able to look at my data just individually as the specific quarters. Now this timestamp for me, personally, doesn't do anything for me. Don't really need that information. So I'm going to completely delete that row. So I will select the letter A at the top, right click, and choose delete column. I said row, I mean column. Now this information, block 4, block 1, or the particular course information might be pretty important. But instead of block 4, I know in Q1 maybe I taught computer applications, and so I want to maybe give that a specific name. So I can take all those block 4s and fill down that particular name. Now maybe I had a couple of block 4s and a couple of block 3s, and maybe those names are a little bit different. Maybe these are advanced computer business apps, and let's say maybe these are website. So here would be a way to identify the specific course name if you want to change your data that way. Now you can begin to manipulate your information, and for me, I like to see all my info. So I'm going to select the entire the sheet, and then I'm going to double click in between this A and B line, and that kind of gives me, it fits the data on my sheet so that I can actually read what the student had said. Google and Excel both have a nice feature where you can filter your data. If you select one of the columns, I would suggest A, B, or C, whichever one. Underneath data, there's an option that says filter view, and you would want to create a new filter view. In the filter view, it indicates that this first row is your header row and that information should not be filtered out. Let's say I just want to look for all of those that strongly agree. So I can click on the down arrow to the right of the cell and just choose strongly agree. Select OK, and it will filter the data so that it only shows me those that tell me they strongly agree. Or maybe I'm wanting only those that agree or disagree, or something that's special about that particular statement, and you can filter those out. Now, what I did a second ago is I cleared my filter. Again, you'll notice that the filter is kind of green. You can clear that filter just by selecting it. You can clear, or you can select all, and that will bring it back. In addition, in that filter option, it allows you to sort. So if you wanted to sort by course or by timestamp or by agree, strongly agree, neutral, you can do a sort for A to Z, and then the information will be sorted. In addition, maybe you are interested in counting. You want to find out how many of those strongly agreed. If you select the amount, or the specific cells over here on the far right hand corner, you'll notice that the computer will automatically count that number for you. Here are a few examples then of how to manipulate your data within a copy of your student feedback survey. Hope that this was beneficial. If you have additional questions or want to dive in a little bit deeper, let me know and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.